Now let us go to the next verse, the next quality, the fifth quality in the sixfold inner wealth. Shama, Dama, Uparama, Titiksha. 4 are over. Now we go to the fifth quality, Shraddha. Let us see. Shastrasya Guruvakyasya Satyabuddhyavadharana Sa Shraddha Kathita Sadbhihi Yaya Vastupalabhyate. He says, Shastrasya, of the scripture, Guru Vakyasya, of the statement of the Guru. Guru Vakya, Vakya means statement, of the teaching of the Guru. Satya Buddhya Avadharana. Satya Buddhya with what we say, Satyamiti Buddhi, with a feeling that yes, it is true. Satya Buddhya Avadharana, firm understanding, firm conviction that this is true. Sa Shraddha, that is called as Shraddha, faith. What is faith? Faith is to have firm conviction that the scripture and the Guru are absolutely true. Whatever they are telling is absolutely true. This firm conviction is called as faith. Sa Shraddha Kathita. Kathita is called. By whom? By whom it is called as faith? Sadbhihi. Sadbhihi, by the wise. By the wise, this is called as faith. And Shankaracharya adds one point there, Yaya Vastu Upalabhyate. Yaya, that by which Vastu, the supreme reality, the Brahman, Upalabhyate, is gained. Note this point. For no other quality, Shankaracharya says that you will gain supreme reality by this. Only for faith it is said. Why it is like that, we will see. We will see now. But that's what Shankaracharya says. That much importance is given to this faith. Now we are very funny people. About faith also, we don't have faith. For our faith or for somebody's faith also, we don't have any faith. Oh, who says? Who says that? No faith. But here what is said? Shastrasya Guruvakyasya Satya Buddhya Avadharana. In Tattvabodha, the definition is given, Guru Vedanta Vakyadishu Vishwasa Shraddha. Firm belief in Guru and Vedanta Vakya, in the teacher and the scripture. Sometimes Ishvara is also added. Firm belief in the Lord, that is called as Shraddha. In Vedanta, these three factors, Guru, Vedanta and Ishvara. In these three factors, when you have firm belief, that is called as faith. Now about this faith, we have lot of doubt. That faith, is it required? Why should it be required? And how can we trust? You see, let us go from absolute basics. In our everyday life also, faith is required. It's not that faith is only for spiritual life. We all are sitting, some of us are sitting on the second floor and third floor. You have faith in the engineers who built your building, isn't it? Good only, I am not saying doubt, but I am saying that's why you can comfortably sit and attend the class. Why? Because there is firm trust and belief that this will not fall. Every day while sleeping, we put alarm. What is that? Trust that we will get up, that we will be alive till the time alarm is there. Isn't it? You just think about it. It is not that faith is something which is only in spiritual. But of course, its importance in spiritual life is much more. Because Vedanta is talking about something which we cannot understand by any other means. And therefore, the entire faith has to be in the statement of the Vedanta. We will come to that. But the point is what? Faith is not new to us. And we also know a person who keeps doubting is always sad because doesn't have faith in anything. Who said? How do you know? What? Why? We say also no, doubting Thomas. We say. I don't know why Thomas got that name, doubting Thomas. It must be some character must be there in the Western culture, because of which they must have created this phrase, doubting Thomas. But we say no, samshayatma vinashyati. Na sukham samshayatmanah also is said in Bhagavad Gita, that na sukham samshayatmanah, for the person who doubts, na sukham, there is never any joy. Why? Because every single time his mind is busy doubting. So, now, so doubt is not a good thing. So, does it mean that we should believe blindly in anything that they say? Careful. Blind belief and faith are very different. Gurudev would define faith very beautifully. He used to say, faith is belief pending enquiry. Very beautiful. Faith is what? Belief pending enquiry. Means what? To begin with, I believe, and then I inquire, and then I confirm that what I believed in was right. That's called as faith. In blind belief, what happens? You don't put any efforts. You say blind belief means what? This is like this. And therefore, if somebody asks question, no, so you cannot ask questions in blind belief. But how it is? No, don't ask. Don't ask. Just eat this. It is said that if you eat this, you will get all the knowledge. Eat. But how will you get knowledge? This is just a fruit. No, you eat. Don't ask questions. That is blind belief. Here what we are talking about, faith is means you believe and then you inquire. Then you ask 100 questions. When the Vedanta is telling you are Brahman, you ask question, how can I be that Brahman? How can I be that Brahman? I have little power, that God has all power. God knows everything, I know little. How can I be? You ask questions. Nobody is saying no to ask questions. Why? Because it is belief pending inquiry. So it is not blind belief that we are talking about, which is not backed by intellectual inquiry. The moment we inquire, we understand what is true and what is just a blind belief. Okay? But you see, suppose you say that no, but I don't want to have belief only, then you will not be able to proceed. Why? Because we are talking about something which is beyond sensory perception, which is beyond the mind, beyond the intellect. How else will you gain the knowledge? Unless you have faith. Therefore, in Shravana also, the most important thing is faith. When you are listening, now you are listening. Suppose first question is, what is the proof that Vivekachudamani was written by Shankaracharya? Very good. We start only from there. Nowadays, you go to scholars, summit, etc. That will be their topic. What is written in Vivekachudamani and whether we can practice it or not, that is something different. First question, what is the proof that Vivekachudamani was written by Shankaracharya? What is the proof that there were 585 verses? What is the proof that Satya Buddhyavadharana is Satya Buddhyavadharana only and not something else? Now remember, if you keep doubting, you will never gain knowledge. Also, you never ask these questions for science. What is the proof that Archimedes came up with the principle of water displacement? What is the proof that Newton came up with the law of gravitation? You never ask this question. When you were sitting in science class, did you raise your hand and say that, ma'am, what is the proof? You never asked. See, is it not possible that Newton's neighbor was a very brilliant person who came up with these 3 laws of motion? And Newton just took it and made it patent on his name. Possible or not possible, you tell me. I am not saying it happened like that. I am not against Newton, but I am saying, is it possible or not possible? But we never ask questions. The moment it is physics or chemistry, biology, we believe. The moment it is spirituality, religious, then immediately, what is the proof? What is the proof Sri Rama existed? What is the proof that he built a bridge? Go and jump into the ocean, you will find a bridge. If not, your body will find the bridge, because it is there. No, we believe. Now NASA has also confirmed, but we need NASA to confirm. Till that time, we don't believe. Very nice, very funny people. We never ask such questions in science. Actually, we should ask questions in science only. You know why? Because the science keeps changing their theory. Atomic model structure, Bohr's atomic model structure, when you are studying, you study it very sincerely. Next chapter is Rutherford's model, and then you understand Bohr's model is wrong. Then you ask, why am I studying this then? Then you study Rutherford's model also, and with full faith you study, you by heart also what all, and then they say atomic structure is something different, that proton and neutron is in the center, electrons are roaming around. Then why did you teach me the previous two theories? There we never ask questions. The theories, and you see in science, no theory is final theory. Now we may say Newton's theory is final, but then Einstein comes and says that it is only relative. Newton's theory works only in Newtonian time and space. Then what happened outside Newtonian time space? What happens? There is a different theory, I will tell you. Then Einstein comes. Then after 50, 20, 100 years, another Einstein will come and change. But we never ask. Whereas in Vedanta, it is confirmed. You are Brahman, full stop. There is no changing the theory. And time and again, the masters which come will just strengthen the theory that yes, it is true, we have experienced. It is a time-tested method. So many people have walked on this path and have confirmed that yes, this is true. Still, if we don't have faith, it is our loss. That is why Shankaracharya says, Yaya vastu upalabhyate. If you have faith, you will gain the supreme. Another thing that is important is, when we have faith, logic is not required. When we have faith, logic is not required. When our mother tells something and we have faith, logic is not required. Isn't it? Does the child, when the mother gives that milk bottle in the child's mouth, does the asks, wait, what quality is the milk? Is it correctly pasteurized and all? Have you checked? No logic is required. Why? You have faith. Over, topic close. Faith doesn't require logic then. Why? Because see, logic is again funny thing. Today I have a strong logic about something, tomorrow somebody else will give logic, my logic will go for a toss. It will keep changing. Then what? Then I will also keep changing. One time I am, very much dedicated, and another time I am very much. Why? Because as long as it is logic, it can be proved and it can be disproved also. But when there is faith, you cannot shake that faith. It is like this, full stop. But remember, this is not blind faith we are talking about. We are not averse to thinking. We are not doubting. But we are just wanting to know how. We are not saying I am not Brahman, but I am saying how am I Brahman? Our children, etc., they will ask 100 questions. Why should we go to temple? What is the proof? God exists. 100 questions will be asked. But remember, if that question is out of blind faith, saying that no, I don't agree to it, and therefore then it will not lead anywhere. But if you say that if God is there, or if scriptures are telling, if my mother is telling, there must be some truth, but I want to know how. Then what will happen? Then that question will lead to knowledge. What happens when I go to temple? Why should I do this? If I know, I will do it in a better way. When will it happen? When it is backed by belief. That first I believe that it is true, I just want to know how is it true. See, if you don't ask that next question, it will become blind belief. There was one doctor, but he was a very different kind of doctor who used to cure people by using mantras. There are different kinds of medicines in our culture, yantra, tantra, mantra, different kinds of medicines are there. So mantra is a mantrik, we used to say, no? So he is a person who will cure a disease by chanting a particular mantra. And one person who saw this mantrik, chanting, and somebody had serpent bite was there, and this mantrika chanted mantra, and that wish, that poison came out, and poison went away, and that person became fine. Now this one person became very thrilled by it and kept on going behind this and said, please teach me this mantra, please teach me this mantra. So he says, no, there are a lot of things that are required, we can't teach, and it is a rahasya and it is kind of secret, and we can only teach, in our family, and there are so many restrictions, I can't just, because somebody may misuse. Mantra power is something that can be misused. So he kept saying no. But this student was very persistent and said that, you please teach whatever you want, I will do. You want me to serve, I will serve. Whatever you want, I will do. So, one day, he was irritated. The teacher was irritated and said, come, I will tell you. Dam, deem, doom. This is the mantra. Go. The student became so happy. I got mantra, and then went and kept on repeating dam, deem, doom, kept on repeating that mantra. It so happened that this mantrika was in some other village. And the king of that particular kingdom announced that my son has got a serpent bite, and if anybody can cure it, we will get 1,000 gold coins. But the mantrika had gone to another place, so mantrika was not there. So it kept on, they kept on going rounds, etc. And then the student came and he said, I know. So the king said, how do you know? He says, you know that mantrika? He said, yeah, but he is not, he is my guru. He taught me the mantra. And he taught me, and since then I am only thinking about that mantra only, and I can cure. Now he said, okay, now there is no other option. You try. And he went to that prince and he said, dam, deem, doom, and he was cured. Now after few days, the mantrika came back. Now this story was going around. The mantrika came to know that mantrika student cured prince from serpent bite. Now the most surprised person was mantrika because mantrika knew that I have not taught him correct mantra. I was irritated to get rid of him. I just told him something. Dam, dim, dum is not a mantra to cure serpent bite. What cured serpent bite? Faith. The student had faith that whatever teacher has told is true, full stop. That faith does wonders. Mantra power is something, but power of faith is something else. Very famous real story of Nisargadatta Maharaj also is there. One realized person from Mumbai. He was living in slum. He had BD shop. That's what, an uneducated person. He used to roll BDs and, sell. One day, one Mahatma came there and he was listening and said, you are that. Nisargadatta Maharaj, without any prior knowledge, nothing, he just believed, I am that. Full stop. In 6 months, he realized. He's written a book called I Am That. I'm not joking, you go and find it. Faith does wonders. When there is no faith, then logic is required. Then all the other things are required. Shankaracharya says, if faith is there, yaya vastu upalabhyate, that by which you can gain the supreme reality. Faith is a very, very, very important quality. Sa shraddha katita sadbihi yaya vastu upalabhyate. Shraddhavan labhate jnanam. Bhagavad Gita also says, isn't it? Samshayatma vinashyati. So faith is something that we must have, and more so in Vedanta, because as I said, number one, it is not worldly knowledge which you can testify. It's something that is beyond sensory perception, beyond mind and intellect, and therefore the only way is to have faith. If you don't have faith, you cannot progress. Number one. Number two, it cannot be confirmed by other person also. It is not something that, why? Because it cannot be explained in words. So anybody who has experienced that supreme says that I cannot explain. Why? And even if I explain, you won't understand, because it cannot be something that can be understood. It is not something like that. So, this knowledge is something that without Guru, without the scriptures telling us, it's not possible. Alaukika Vishaye Vedaha Pramanam. We have seen earlier also that in all such matters which are beyond sensory perception, Vedas are the final authority. And even those Vedas, even the Vedanta, we cannot study on our own. Therefore, Guru is must. Therefore, Shastrasya Guru Vakyasya Satya Buddhya Avadharana. Shankaracharya writes in one place in Bhashya, Shastrajnopi Swatantrena Brahmanveshanam na kuryat. Even if you are well versed in other scriptures, you understand Vyakarana and Nyaya and Mimamsa, everything you understand. Even then, Brahmanveshanam, the Vedantic knowledge, you should not do independently. You must do it under a guru. It is absolutely must. This point we have emphasized many times, so I don't have to tell again and again. The Shruti, the Vedas, the Bhagavad Gita, they are replete with the mantras and statements which show the importance of Guru. Acharyavan Purusho Veda. Only a person who has a teacher will understand. Yasya deve para bhakti yatha deve tatha guru. Tasyaite katita hi artha. One who has got devotion towards God and Guru, only such a person will understand the Shastra. Otherwise will not understand Shastra. The scriptures are very, very cryptic in nature. Unless somebody opens it up in front of us and shows that by living, till that time we won't understand. You all reflect in your own life also. There would have been one person who changed your perspective towards spirituality, not by teaching but by living it. You met some person who was living Vedanta and it changed you. Otherwise we meet scholars so many times, nothing happens. But we meet a sadhu once, it changes our life. So, faith in the scripture, faith in the Guru is absolutely must. Question is, how to develop? How to develop faith? The best way to develop faith is to read more and more about these three: God, Guru and scriptures. Read more and more. Read the biographies or autobiographies. Biographies only will be more of great saints, because many times the saints don't write autobiographies. That's why I said biographies will be more. Biographies of great saints you read. Great saints of the past, great saints of the present. Whatever you like. Read that. We will really understand the importance of faith, and that will give us a chance to develop faith. Read more and more. Glory of the Lord, glory of the scripture. You read that. Satsanga, be in touch with such people. Your faith will be strengthened. Don't forget, Yaya Vastu Palapati. Only by that the Supreme will be realized. Okay. I think sufficient for today. Two important qualities we have seen today. Okay, Titiksha and Shraddha. Both are absolutely important. See, Titiksha is to leave all that which is worldly, in the sense that you are not looking at it. You are saying that I will go through it. Shraddha will give you the acceleration towards the Supreme. Titiksha and Shraddha. Now one more quality in the sixfold inner well, Samadhanam, and Mumukshutva, the fourth in the fourfold qualification. That we will see in the next session. Now let us go to the last of the sixfold inner wealth, Samadhanam, verse number 26. Please repeat. Samyaga sthapanam buddhehe shuddhe brahmani sarvada tat samadhanamityuktam natu chittasya lalanam. There is also Patha Beda. In different Patha it is Sarvada sthapanam buddhehe shuddhe brahmani sarvatha or sarvada. This Patha is also there. Meaning is not very different, we will see. One Patha says what? Samyak. Samyak means well. Asthapanam, placing, establishing. Buddhehe, of the mind. So, well establishing the mind, Shuddhe Brahmani, in that pure Brahman, Shuddha pure, Brahmani, Brahman. In that Brahman, Sarvada or Sarvatha, in all ways, or Sarvada, always. Tat Samadhanam. That is called as Samadhanam. Iti Uktam. This is what is called as Samadhanam. Natu and not Chittasya Lalanam. Chittasya Lalanam. Lalanam means whims and fancies of the mind. That is not called as Samadhana. This is called as Samadhana. What? Placing the mind well in that pure Brahman. Well establishing the mind in that pure Brahman is called as Samadhana. Now, we saw that these 6 qualities have also got very close connection with meditation. Now, here it becomes clear that Samadhanam is the final stage of meditation, where you are placing the mind well, perfectly in that Supreme Brahman, Shuddhe Brahmani. Now, somebody says that, but then it is same as Shama, isn't it? Shama also you defined it like this only, that you are placing that mind in one's own goal. Isn't it? What is that? Swalakshe niyata avastha manasah shama uchyate was said. Manasah swalakshe niyata avastha. What is the difference between the Shama and Samadhana? You see, Shama is more like control of mind, and Samadhana is to place that controlled mind in supreme goal. So one is emphasizing on detaching the mind from the world, and Samadhana is focusing on attaching it to the Supreme Self. We always say, no, these are the 2 steps, detach and attach. Detach from the lower and attach to the higher. So that detaching from the lower is focused, is emphasized on in Shama, and attaching to the highest is emphasized in this Samadhana. That's the difference. Actually, it is same, but where is the focus? That is different. The definition looks same, but the focus is different. Focus is on control of mind in Shama. Focus is on placing that mind in Supreme in Samadhana. Also, please note, the word Samadhana is very technical here. In Marathi, etc., in Hindi also. Samadhan. Samadhan means contentment. We say, no, Samadhan. It's not contentment. Samyak adhanam, Samadhanam. That is exactly what is said, no? Samyak asthapanam buddhehe. That's the literal meaning of Samadhanam. Samyak, well, adhanam, placing. Placing the mind perfectly in the Supreme Brahman, that is what is called as Samadhana. Natu chittasya lalanam, and not allowing the mind to go according to whims and fancies. That is what is called as Samadhana. Means what? See, if the mind is not going into the world, then this Natu chittasya lalanam is taken care of. Allowing the mind to go on its own ride is not meditation. It's exactly opposite of it. Not allowing mind to go anywhere and placing it perfectly in that Supreme Brahman, that is what is called as Samadhanam. So now you see, Shama, Dama, Uparama focuses on control of mind. Control of mind on the level of mind, on the level of senses, and effortless withdrawal. Titiksha again doesn't allow the mind to dissipate, to correct little discomforts. Shraddha, faith, gives that focus, or what we can say as force, to go towards higher, and Samadhanam clearly tells me to be there till the time I gain it. Right? And therefore the words like Samyak, Sarvada, Sarvatha are used. Means what? Don't allow mind to go out for any reason at any point of time, even a bit. Samyak means totally. Sarvada means always. And Sarvatha means in all ways. Don't allow mind to go out for any reason at any point of time, even a bit. That is what is called as samadhana. Okay. For that, you see, for this, the whole life has to change. People always ask this question, we try to meditate, but the concentration doesn't happen. Why? Because what you do outside meditation is more important. You do all kinds of nonsense outside meditation and then you want 30 minutes to, meditate perfectly. It doesn't happen like that. You have been listening to some songs, then when you sit for meditation, those songs will come back. You have watched some movie last night, then next day morning that movie will come back. You have ate too much. Then now, while meditating, your burping, etc. will come. Why? Because eaten so much. If the life is not balanced in the remaining time of the day, how can you meditate properly in the time when you are sitting for meditation? And therefore, here if samadhana we have to achieve, we have to improve, then what we have to do? We have to balance our entire life. Bhagavan Shri Krishna says very beautifully, that everything should be balanced. Yukta. In 6th chapter he says, Yukta ahara viharasya, Yukta cheshtasya karma, Yukta swapnava bodhasya, yogo bhavati dukkha. Then that yoga will become fruitful. When there is Yukta ahara and vihara, when there is balance in how much I am eating and how much I am spending my energy. Yukta cheshtasya karma, so how much time I am just sitting down and how much I am acting. Yukta swapnava bodhasya, how much time I am sleeping and how much I am awake. There should be balance. Not that sleeping means now whole time sleeping. Then what will happen? See, in meditation, many times people think that you feel sleepy because you didn't get sleep properly. That's not the only reason. Sometimes if you have overslept, then also you feel sleepy in meditation. You try, you will know. So it is not necessary that you have to have only less sleep, because of which you are getting sleep in meditation. If you sleep more also, you will again feel sleepy in meditation. And therefore, balance is what is required. If we can gain that balance, then this samadhana becomes perfect. Now, think of these 6 qualities as one group. Why? Because that's why Shankaracharya has put them together. See, he could have said, no, instead of sadhana chatushtaya, he could have said that sadhana navashta. There is a, not chatu, but there are 9 sadhanas are there. Viveka, Vairagya, Shama, Dhamma, Uparama. No, he is not counting like that. He said Viveka, Vairagya, then Shamadhi Shat Sampatti is put together. And then Mumukshutva, which we will be seeing now. But why that Shama, Dhamma, Uparama, everything is put together? Because they go together. Number 1, first reason is they are all connected to mind. Number 1. Number 2, they all are about meditation, improving meditation. Number 2. Number 3, you start developing one, the other will automatically get developed. That's the beauty of these 9. You pick anyone and therefore they are in a group. You pick anyone and you start doing, all other things will automatically start improving. Isn't it? Say, suppose Shama you are improving, that control of mind, on the level of mind you are improving, automatically Dhamma and Uparama will increase, Samadhana will be easy. Suppose Titiksha you are increasing, Shamadhamma will automatically increase. Why? Because Titiksha, you are forbearing, then your mind will not go out. Suppose Samadhanam you are focusing that mind should remain there, automatically mind will be controlled from going to the world. So therefore these 6 qualities are put together. That is the reason. Shama, Dhamma, Uparama, Titiksha, Shraddha, Samadha. Now, this is the third qualification, that we should have these 6 inner wealth.